Christmas Miracle. In a small corner of the world, there lived a little mouse named Oliver. Oliver had no family, no friends, and no warm place to call home. Each day felt like an endless search for warmth and belonging. Oliver had heard about a distant island, supposedly a place where animals celebrated Christmas together. One December night, Oliver found himself on a flimsy raft made of driftwood, trying to cross a churning sea to reach a distant island he had heard about. But the storm came fast, with waves crashing like thunder and the icy rain soaking through his little cloak. His raft was battered by the waves, and though he clung tightly to the ropes, a massive swell flipped it over. After days of floating, Oliver reached the island, his heart heavy with anticipation of the sanctuary he had dreamed of. With his cloak still damp and his paws numb, he trudged onward, each step more difficult than the last. The wind howled mercilessly, tearing at his hood and threatening to fling him off the path. Desperate for shelter, Oliver stumbled into a cave and found it stocked with food. Starving, he reached for the nearest pile, but before he could take a bite, a low growl filled the cave. A starving wolf stood at the entrance. Terrified, Oliver grabbed the food and threw it toward the wolf. As the wolf devoured the offering, Oliver used the moment to sprint out of the cave. Further along his journey, Oliver came to a rickety wooden bridge spanning a deep gorge. Halfway across, the bridge gave way with a sharp crack, and Oliver barely managed to cling to the remaining rope, before slipping and plunging into the rushing river below. Cold and wet, Oliver crawled further into the mountains, where the wind carried a distant rumble. An avalanche was bearing down on him. He sprinted as fast as his tiny legs could carry him, but the snow was faster. It swept him up, burying him in a suffocating white tomb. Oliver collapsed beneath a bare tree. "Is this how it ends?" he whispered, his voice barely audible over the wind. Alone and forgotten? He closed his eyes, too weak to fight anymore. A soft glow pierced the darkness, growing brighter with each passing moment. Oliver felt a strange warmth spread through him as the light touched his fur. Santa Claus knelt before him, his expression filled with kindness and understanding.
"You're not alone, little one,"
Santa said. Santa Claus placed a small wrapped gift beside Oliver. Oliver opened the gift, revealing a new vibrant blue hooded cloak that shimmered like the evening sky. Santa gently laid the cloak around Oliver's shoulders, its touch warm and brimming with magic. As Oliver fastened the cloak around him, he felt an exhilarating rush of energy as it lifted him off the ground. Guided by the cloak, Oliver soared through the starry night sky, the world below sparkling like a sea of diamonds. As he descended, Oliver saw a grand feast awaiting him, with a table laden with delicious food and surrounded by cheerful woodland animals. The animals cheered as Oliver landed, and Santa's voice echoed warmly.
"Welcome home, Oliver."
Oliver looked around, his heart swelling. For the first time in years, he didn't feel alone. Santa raised his glass, a twinkle in his eye, and offered a toast to the power of Christmas. As he joined the feast, laughter and warmth surrounded him, and he realized that Christmas had given him more than food and warmth. It had given him a family. As the night deepened, Santa bid the gathering farewell, his sleigh bells jingling as he rose into the starry sky. Oliver watched until Santa's sleigh disappeared, the sound of bells lingering like a memory. The snowy forest felt warmer somehow as Oliver turned back to the feast, ready to embrace his new family. Oliver realized that no matter how small or insignificant one might feel, their struggles are seen, and help often arrives in the most unexpected ways. He discovered though the world could be cold and harsh, miracles could still happen, and kindness could still find its way into the darkest corners. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more faith and fun for kids.